Would you believe me if I told you that Minecraft used to be unplayable? Surprise. Minecraft was introduced to this shitty ass game in Soul of the Duelist. What the fuck is that? It's not important. That was about 2004, 11 years ago. But when it was introduced to us, we had other hand control-esque cards. Confiscation, Delinquent Duo, Forcible Sentry, and even in Pharaonic Guardian we got Trap Dust Shoot. Minecraft at the time came with a whole lot of risk, and I do not believe that it really saw play until Dark Worlds became a thing, but that was some years down the line, where Dark World was playing, dragged down to the grave, you get to look at your opponent's hand, whatever, you get the information, then Minecraft was not as much of a risk. Now to the motherfucking present. Minecraft is considered one of the best cards in the game right now. Yeah, I have no argument against that shit. It seems as if Minecraft did not die early as a hero. He lived long enough, if this was a person, to become the villain. Now, you see Minecraft everywhere because there is very little risk involved. The reason why Minecraft was unplayable for so long is because there were not enough card effects that was played on a consistent basis that basically revealed what your opponent was playing, so you would have something like Minecraft be free. You still did run the risk of discarding a card, and that wasn't good. And outside of certain cards in certain decks, you wasn't playing Minecraft, at least in the main deck. And besides, back then you had those dumbass, stupid ass spells. And even Trap Dust Shoot was free, so why the fuck would you play Minecraft if you had those around? Not every deck searches now, but there are enough of them. Necros, Cleaves, Burning Abyss, Satellanites, Ritual Beasts, Yasenju, Fire Fist. I'm pretty sure there's some other shit. Hey, Chronomaly Search. This is merely a byproduct or an unintentional side effect of search effects being everywhere. But maining it now is not a risk anymore. There are enough search effects in a given turn. It'd be one thing if you would search one card a turn, whatever, and you didn't have that much knowledge as to what your opponent had. But now, like, Necros, they search a shit ton in one turn. And so you just get to look and see what they're searching and shit. And before they make that one play that matters, you can be like, Minecraft that shit. I don't expect Minecraft to see less play. They're going to continue to keep making search-related things. And I actually don't have a problem with that. I mean, there's some decks out there that don't search that much, but come on, like consistency, things like that, those things are important. And even with Minecraft being seen everywhere, I mean, whatever, right? I don't feel like every deck can support Minecraft in the main deck, but you are more than likely to not be hindered by playing main deck Minecraft. It's kind of cute though. Soul the Duelist, 2004, I believe. It is 2015. 11 years. A card that was created 11 years ago is finally seeing play in main decks more than ever. Don't you just love how Yugi works sometimes? So on that note, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Appreciate that shit. If you'd like to support me, all I ask is you spend literally seconds out your day and click an advertisement. Money accumulated from doing that simple ass shit goes towards rent. And I'd be grateful as a motherfucker if you could find some time to do that. I suppose this goes without saying, if you don't want to run the risk of getting wrecked by Minecraft, then don't play a deck that searches. But are you really going to do that? Is Minecraft being seen everywhere really a reason for you not to search anything? I'm just saying. I actually have one from Soul of the Duelist. This card is old as fuck.